going to repot a Cymbidium orchid, and I apologize in advance for my coarse voice because I got a cold. So yesterday I started to dig into my plants, and that's what I came up with. I have 3 big huge plants. This was actually the smallest one. It was a pot. It was potted in this plastic pot, and when I opened there was a lot of dead roots, and that was because of too much moisture. I divided the plant, and I divided a bulb which looks like it's still alive, and we are going to replant it, and hopefully we can get some plants out of it. But I'm very happy that I started to repot this plant because it was dying. You could definitely see that it was dying because it didn't have any roots. It's raining. It's May, but it's raining here in California a lot. So I didn't expect my plant to be damaged as much, but when I opened it, most of the roots were dead, and these are still hard. So I'm hoping that it can regrow its roots, and there are a lot of new plants, and these were soaked. That was the reason why I cleaned it yesterday, and I let it sit and dry a little bit. These are still wet, but I soaked in a little bit of hydrogen peroxide solution, so I'm hoping everything's going to be fine. There are a lot of growth here on the other side, and there's a snail. Oh, there's a snail, and we're going to remove it. It was outside, so I'm going to apply some I'm hoping this is going to grow. I'm going to apply some snail killing stuff so that I make sure that all the snails are out, and I'm going to put them in my house. So it was potted in this big huge pot, but because it doesn't have any roots, I divided, and I'm going to pot them in 2 smaller pots. Actually, these are pots that I got from Dollar Tree. They're cheap but durable, and I think they're going to do their stuff. I made holes from inside. I heated an old knife, and I just made it because I want drainage. I want as much drainage as possible so that it doesn't happen again what happened this time. So for repotting, I'm going to use some Spanish moss. I got this all from Home Depot. Some perlite, and this is going to fluff up the soil, and it's going to give more air to the roots. And the base is going to be the potting mix, also from Home Depot, and you can make it yourself, but I didn't find any bark, natural bark in the store, so I decided to go this way. So I'm going to mix. Most of it is going to be the potting mix, and then some moss just to maintain the moisture in the soil, in the ground, in the soil. And I'm going to cut it in small pieces. I don't want chunks around the roots because it maintains moisture, and the roots are going to die again. But just here and there, pieces of it, so that not all the water drains, but there is some in the soil so that it maintains some water. So I'll need some more. There is more than I need probably, but as you can see in the background, there is another plant, and then there is one more that needs to be repotted as soon as possible. My husband got this for Valentine's Day, and he got one, and then by the evening he came with 2 more, so he decided to go overboard with it, and they looked in this condition already, so not the best condition, but I hope I can save them. So I'm going to mix all of it together. just a little more moss. Okay, so you can see here and there the white perlite and the moss as well. I think this should do the job. Okay, so now we are going to repot them. So as I said, I divided this from one plant, and I think I might have divided this too small. There is one growth here, a bigger one. It doesn't have the roots yet, kind of starts growing, and another one starting, and this will give the nourishment for this too. But I wish I had them together with the other one, because I think I divided it from somewhere here. It was, and I should have left them together, but I'm still going to repot them together because there is enough room for them, and then the other one I'll repot separately because it has more bulbs. So I'm going to put some in the bottom, and I do not want to dig them too deep into the soil because it might start rotting. I want to give them air, enough air. So I'm going to plant them just like this. And fill the pot. And you want to press so that the plant is well established and it has a little roots only. It will not hold very well, but you want to press it as much as you can, being careful not to damage the new growth and the roots as well. But you want to make sure that the plant is established well in the matter, because it has to have grip, and it does well when it's touching the roots. It's touching well the ground, the matter. Okay, just like this, and I see some roots out there, so I want to cover the roots. I don't want to cover too much the bulbs. Okay, so, and I'm going to put it inside. Here in Sacramento area, summer is too hot, and as you can see, we had rain. So you cannot see, but we had rain the whole week, and non-stop, almost non-stop, and that ended up with too much moisture for the roots. So I thought it's going to be a nice weather, so for the spring I decided to bring them outside, and they started well. There was a lot of growth since I brought them outside. They have been about probably around a month outside, and they started well, but with these rains that we didn't expect so much rain, just didn't do too well. So now I'm going to water the plant and put it inside with sprinkling some stuff to kill the slugs. I don't want any slugs crawling in my house. So that's about it. I'm going to water. I'll go and get some water. I'll come back, wet it, and I'll give you an update of how the plant is doing. And I'll do the same for the other plant. So search for the following video where I'm going to give you an update of how the plants are doing. See you soon, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Thank you.